And you can see right here is Brian Vickers. He's sideways. It looks like he's trying to save it. And, oh, my, look at this little. Oof. Wow.
Matt Kenseth scooting by there. What a terrible crash.
And that's just what's happening. Yeah, with this tire and this track combination. When those cars, when they break loose, they just snap around.
Wow, look at Truex and Kasey Kahne dodging there.
Oh, trouble front straight away. 3 wide and 2 cars pile hard into the wall.
It's a terrible wreck. Mark Martin got into the, I think it was maybe the 43 of Almirola. They came together, and that really created this huge crash.
They were 3 wide at the start-finish line, Darrell, and none of those 3 drivers would give. That's Jeff Gordon, along with Eric Almirola and Mark Martin in a hard crash. Bobby Labonte also has damage. And we're under caution at lap 325.
You'll see Almirola. Here's Jeff Gordon, Almirola right in there.
And here's Mark Martin just
right
ahead
here.
of them.
And I think what Almirola does is Almirola comes under Mark as they come out of the turn 4 area and get down here into the tri-oval. You see you're going to get 3 wide right here. They start down through here. Almirola's got a nice run. He's up along the side of Mark. Jeff Gordon up on the outside over here. And right here, it looks like Mark maybe gets a little loose or maybe cuts down trying to make that dog leg and gets into the side of Almirola. And I thought these cars were going to go over right here. They got up in the air pretty good.
And Mark came up into Ricky Stenhouse, Casey Mears, and Bobby Labonte involved.
Yeah, this is Stenhouse down here, Bobby Labonte down here.
David Stremme, a near miss.
Boy, he almost got into.
You're riding with again. Stenhouse.
21 still in there. Watch those 3 wide cats ahead of you here. Watch it here.
Here you go. Here's a great shot right here. Let's see what Mark's in the middle. You got Jeff Gordon up on the outside, Mark in the middle. And right there where Almirola needs to come back to come up off of the tri-oval right there, he gets into Mark Martin.
Darrell, it narrows down so much in those dog legs.
It does. I mean, you got to get some room there, buddy.
Well, right at that point is the second dog leg where the track turns. If that had been a straightaway, no problem. Everybody gets sorted out.
Crash on the track.
Just
Denny
talking about
Hamlin got
Denny
airborne. A.J. Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon, David Rudiman, Matt Kenseth all involved.
You see Denny down on the inside right there. That thing just turns right.
Yeah.
It's like something
strange.
That was really strange.
Wow. Kenseth did a great job not running into the door of the 11, but then the 51, you know, just nowhere to go.
But, you know, for Hamlin, he goes nose first into the wall. Very similar to how he hit the wall in California when he suffered that compression fracture.
Yeah, but,
a different angle.
But watch this right here. Here he is. The 2 cars, there's spacing behind him. The 2 cars behind him. He goes there. Wow. I don't know if the 2 car got into the back of him and sent him to the inside and he overcorrected.
You know, it almost looked like the car in front of him slowed down.
Good point.
And he turned to the left, and that's when it spun him around.
But then, and then obviously everybody's trying to avoid him.
Yeah. Yeah, watch Boyer. You get the 11. Looks like these guys get, you know, he just dove down.
Wow.
And then corrected maybe. Yeah, that's really a strange act. Man, Matt did a good job not hitting that car, but then he got clobbered.
See Blaney in that. And Blaney had a good run. Those guys had run in the top 10 or 15 a lot tonight in that 7 car.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there goes Kahne out of line,
yep.
spinning down to the inside of the back straightaway. Hard hit on the inside wall.
Yeah. But I was going to say, this is where you try to get Jimmy Johnson in the middle of the pack, get him away from the front. Looks like Ambrose got a little bit of that.
Smoke on the right front for the 9 car. Here they are off of turn 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he just got body slammed to the inside. I don't know what exactly happened to Ambrose, but Ambrose just changed lanes suddenly and just body slammed him. And I don't know if Ambrose run up on the 48.
I think he was going to the middle.
And he seems to be headed there, and he sees the 48 come over and tries
to. Or,
the 48
got tapped.
Yeah, the 48 kind of forces him over and forces him right into the side of Kasey and just body slams him. And this is, you see the wall kind of absorb some of that energy in the front of this.
And still look at the car.
Yeah, front of this Gen 6 take it, and that's
I think we both hit back there when it wasn't there.
Yes,
and that's a tough.
Yeah, but that's a tribute to this Gen 6 car too.
Anxious moment for Kevin Harvick.
Big trouble.
Newman, Keselowski, Hamlin, Harvick, Truex, and Schrader.
Truex, big loser here. He had raced his way into the top 10 in points where he was running earlier. Maybe hurt.
Well, it was a hard hit there. Harvick had just made another pit stop also under that last caution.
You just got to that point in the race where everybody's going for every inch.
Yeah, we knew that there was time that things were going to start ramping up, and you throw a caution in the mix with 60 to go.
Martin Truex Jr. trying to unhook from all the safety paraphernalia after the big hit he just took. He wants out.
Call this starting. Looked like the 11 car.
Back up.
Looked like the 11 and the 29 got together. I think Kevin Harvick may have gotten in the right rear of Denny Hamlin getting into the corner.
You know, things happen so quickly that it's hard to tell until you see a replay, unless it's just, you know, definitive there that drivers question exactly what may have happened.
Well, Jamie?
Kevin, we saw you frustrated there. What happened? What led to that?
I just saw the 11 shoot up, you know, trying to get back at somebody and just caused a wreck. But said the 56 got into him there, so I just wanted to know what happened. All good. Just hate it for my Jimmy John's guys, and you know, track position is such a big deal. Wish we had the old Bristol back. It's a lot more fun to race on.
All right, Kevin Harvick's night is done, and I see Denny Hamlin still sitting in his car, Alan.
All right, let's go back and play detective. Racing detective. What happened?
Really hard to tell. I mean, it looked like the 11 was slow getting in the corner.
Looked like he tried to get up there. I thought maybe the 55 got a little bit loose getting there, and Jimmy was trying to maybe avoid that somehow. Okay.
11 and 55 there.
Yeah.
Tire down on the 11 right front maybe after that contact.
Definitely a stack up. Oh man, there's a lot of good cars got torn up here. lick for Mark Truex.
And when it does, Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey coming along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
Yeah, Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill. And look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Two drivers coming off great runs at Texas last Saturday night. Kyle won, Joey finished 5th.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch. They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I am not surprised. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I'm not surprised. Denny's got his window net down. I think he's fine.
And that's a good sign to the rescue workers that he is okay.
Watch his car. Watch the back of the car. Ooh, I mean, the whole car just came up off the ground.
That's not payback. That's two drivers racing hard for the win and refusing to lose.
I'd fire both of them if they didn't do that.
Stick off the front of his car, and he's losing ground in a hurry. It doesn't look like much when you look at it, but man, it's
another spinner. That's Brad Keselowski going around.
This could be ugly.
Back up across the track. Big damage. A number of cars collected. Dave Blaney, Greg Biffle.
Yeah, man, whenever you see a car coming back across the racetrack like that, you know it's going to be a bad deal.
Travis Quapple nowhere to go.
Wow.
Think about how great Biffle has been in recent weeks, and simply nothing he could do about that one.
And, you know, the marks start exiting the tri-oval here. When you look down and you see the marks from the 2 car, it's like somebody got into him and turned him around, and there was nothing he could do. He was just along for the ride. But like Wally said, when you see a car coming back up the racetrack, you're along for the ride, and there's nothing these guys could do.
You saw Biffle climb from his race car, and a good sign here. The window net is down on the machine of Brad Keselowski, who won this race 1 year ago and got a victory here Friday night in nationwide competition. And they're going to stop the cars as they come across the start-finish line and head down to turn 1.
Oh, yeah. He got tagged by Kurt Busch, went down on the apron. When he came back up on the racetrack, he got into the left rear of Brad. Nothing Brad could do. Like you said, at that point, Brad's for the ride, goes along for the ride, and tore up a lot of race cars right there. You watch the 78 car goes down on the apron, then he comes sliding back up, and he just turns the 2 car.
And it is a very harsh transition. We saw it during some of the qualifying laps. A harsh transition from the flat up to the race, back up onto the racetrack.
Yeah, but that was just a big misjudgment there on 78 car. Kurt just came up, and I mean, he was pretty far up on the 2 car.
Yes.
Right on board with Kurt Busch. This coming off the turn 4, heading to the start-finish line. Caution out for the 4th time at Kentucky.
Back to the checkered flag, rolling.
Single file, no takers yet, single file.
Jamie McMurray leading. Here's the first move. Oh, trouble. Dillon gets turned around into the middle of the pack. Kasey Mears is the one that hit him. Caution is out. Race is over.
All good, guys. All good.
Jamie McMurray, carrying the colors of Auburn University, his sponsor with a big relationship with the school. is going to take War Eagle to the finish line first. Jamie McMurray wins at Talladega.
Here's Stenhouse. You can see right there. He's already making contact with Dillon's bumper.
Wow, looked like Dillon might have just turned around.
Yeah.
It might have just been there. Wow, what contact that was. It's just been the air coming across the back that got him loose.
Coming. We have the white.
Oh, there they go. There we go. There was no way.
Oh, it's Kurt Busch up and over. Boyer's in it. Bobby Labonte's in it. Stremmy's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the grass.
Nothing else coming from behind you.
And Kurt Busch went over and over.
Boyer, McMurray.
They're just, guys, I'm with Denny. And, you know, having been in these situations several times, there's no way you can race that way and make it.
And for the 6th time in 7 Talladega races, a pileup in the last 8 laps. Look at Ryan Newman's wrecked race car. He's dropped the window net, assigned a safety cruise that he is okay.
The 78 car, Kurt Busch, it is destroyed.
Oh, and J.J. Yaley on track for his 2nd top 10 restrictor plate finish, and Danica Patrick, both torn up.
Yeah, J.J. Yaley in that 36, he had actually cracked the top 5 there, headed onto the back stretch.
Look at the 39 car here of Ryan Newman. Somebody been on top of him.
I think that somebody was Kurt Busch. Let's watch from the Goodyear blimp and see how this unfolds. Watch Kurt Busch, the black car on the bottom.
I think it starts up on the outside here. Let's see. Right in here somewhere.
That's Regan Smith in the middle and Yaley up top.
Right here, the 51 car. Owen Stenhouse squeezes to the outside.
And that's Yaley in the 36.
And that shoved Yaley down. And look at that 78 car upside down and then lands on top of Ryan Newman's 39 car.
Bobby Labonte involved.
So it was Stenhouse, the rookie, trying to go 4 wide on the outside, running out of room with his number 17.
Yeah, and running out of time. I mean, he's, you know, desperate. And you see the 36 move down just a little bit. And Yaley and Stenhouse thought he could squeeze by on the next to the wall, and he just couldn't make it. And this kid's ugly. Watch this thing.
Right on top of Ryan Newman.
Hadn't Ryan Newman had cars on top of him before here?
I think the 2009 race.
I think you're right.
Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards coming to the checkered flag.
Boyer's 15 comes up, clogs the track. Both Labonte brothers involved. Stremme.
Jamie
Number of those
McMurray.
smaller teams on the way to a good finish here.
Jeff Gordon sliding down through the mud.
Now watch the 36. The red and white car comes up just a little bit. And that contact with Stenhouse was enough. Then he comes down into Ambrose, and it's on.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 just squeezed by.
There's Danica. She almost went over.
You see Danica up and against the wall with Terry Labonte.
Michael Waltrip in the 55 just barely squeezed by.
Let's ride with Danica.
Got 3 middle.